All right, today we're going to show you how to install the battery monitoring software for Orient Power Powerwall batteries, as well as server rack batteries of other manufacturers. So this is a generic software, so it will work for other batteries such as SOKs and Jakipers. We're going to be installing this on a Windows laptop, so nothing special there. And you want to talk about the cable there?
Yeah, for the hardware, it's actually very simple, and there's only two components that you'll need typically. What we did was we have an Orient Power, as we said. We went to their website. We're in Alaska. We have shipping issues. So we went to another party. We went to Watts 24/7. They had a really good deal. Just they're about $18, $20, and the shipping's $2 or $3 for us to Alaska. Great. We appreciate that. There's two parts of it, and you have this is the side that plugs into the PC. It's the USB plug. This is an RS232 connector, and you have to have this other side. Comes as a kit. RS232 connector. You plug them together. You got that. This goes to your Orient Power or Jakiper or whatever you're plugging into, and it's the RS232 port, communication port, and this one happens to be an RJ12 jack. And I believe they are going to work on several of the common batteries that you have. There's not much to it. You plug this into the PC. The driver's going to check itself and update to make sure you have the correct RS232 drivers, and if it works, if it doesn't work, it'll prompt you and you'll have to go in and do an update. Otherwise, that's all you have to do. And I guess...
Yeah, and the only other thing is if you plug it into your computer and it doesn't connect, try unplugging it, re-plugging it back in, or just plug it into a different USB port altogether because they can be finicky. And with that, let's get over to the software.
SOK software, you go to the SOK website and do the download from here. If you want the Orient Power software, you obviously go to Orient Power, and they have that download readily available there. Like I say, we're going to open up the SOK Tools software because we think it looks nicer. And we did have to extract it and run through just that real basic extract procedure, but you can figure out how to do that, I'm pretty sure. And with the PBMS Tools, which is the SOK brand, this is what your basic screen is going to look like. We'll get full screen. And the first thing you do, we are running COM5 for the port, and the baud is 9600. Those are already set. We didn't touch those. This is pack 1. Like I said, we don't have the two connected, so pack 1 is all we're going to look at today. First thing you need to do is go to connect, and this will connect right to the battery. It's pretty quick, just like that. You can see up at the top we're doing real-time monitoring. We're looking at pack 1. If we had these communicating with each other on the RS485 ports, you would have a blue square here also for pack 2, and hopefully we can show that in the future, but today we're looking at pack 1. The basic information is all right here in front of you, so you can just take a look at it. It's 53.26 volts, and the current pack is not, well, we're not taking any power out of it right now, it looks like. You have your real basic information, state of charge, 83%, state of health. That, I'm not sure what they determine the parameters for state of health on, but hey, we're happy that it's 100%. You have the remaining capacity right here in your milliamp hours. If you're looking at amp hours, that would be 85.8 amp hours. This battery, these two batteries have been consistently showing that their capacity is over 100 amp hours. This one right now showing 102.93 milliamp hours. And one thing that's pretty handy is down here the battery cycle. Like I say, we've been running this one for over 9 months, almost 10 months now, and we've got 172 cycles on it. I wish I knew how they calculated that, but sometimes these things are just a bit of a mystery. The temperature this is inside a house, so the temperatures are not going to be a problem, but you see the monitors. There's 4 monitoring locations on the battery, and they all show the temperature in Celsius. And we move down here to the cell voltage. This is really what we were looking at, and I was really curious about this because we've done nothing special to them other than charge and discharge them in a regular household setting. So the batteries right now, the cells are very balanced. We have the millivolt is 2 differential, pretty impressive. And if you want to come down here and look at each individual one, you have, starting here, 3328, 3329, 29, 29. It's just, you can go through and read all your cell voltages. So we have that very small differential, very nice. And up here, of course, this is where we started. If you want to disconnect, you can just hit close. Nothing much there. We have no alarm status. We have nothing in the faults, and that is what we're looking for. If you want to get down here in some of the deeper settings, we haven't really explored all that, but I believe there is a way that you can get up in here and change some of the configuration. The main thing you'd want to change, if you want to change anything, was when the batteries start balancing. But it seems like it's pretty good right now. When we find out where that is, we will let you know, but we'll hit system configuration and see if there's anything. There's a lot of information or a lot of things we can do here, but we just haven't done it yet. And I think parameter settings is going to be about the same. There's a lot of boxes you can check, and we're going to try to figure out how this stuff works. And you can go through, and I wouldn't mess with these too much unless you really have to, because they seem to be set up fairly well from the factory. The Orient Power people seem to have done a good job on that. Another thing you can look for down here is you have your battery serial number and your pack, the serial number right here, the BMS serial number and the battery pack serial number. Also the date of manufacturer, March 30th, 2022. Wow, at 1818 was at 6 p.m., 18 minutes after 6 p.m. The COM thing will just sit and just go, it'll just scroll across showing that you're connected. All right, so before we had 0 amps that were shown being used out of the pack. Right now, that's because our solar is pretty much offset and everything. Right now we have a small resistance heater turned on, and now this is sharing the load. So we have, since there's 2 batteries hooked up in parallel here, this is actually half of the load. So yeah, it shows we're doing 6.62 amps being pulled out of the pack, and we'll shut it off real quick and watch that go back to 0. You see your voltage drop. Here we go. Okay, we're going to come back up. The appliance has been turned off, and we have, yep, we're running running neutral again. All right, we're going to show you the display that's on the Orient Power battery itself, and we'll show you how it agrees with the software monitoring. So we're going to take a quick look at the individual cell voltage. Come down to cell voltage, hit enter, and we see the same voltages on the screen up here as what we're showing on the software. Starting with the cell 1, let's just scroll down. We've got agreement 3324 millivolts, and then 3325 all the way down to cell 4. 26, that's exactly what it's showing on cell 5, 6, and 7, and 8 on the software. Cell 9, 3326, 3325, exactly the same, 26. Yeah, it's exactly the same numbers as the software shows up. So that's kind of nice that they just completely agree with each other. One thing we'll check is the temperature and see how those line up. All right, 23.3 Celsius, 23.6 for monitor 2, 23.7 for monitor 3, and 23.0 for the monitor position number 4. That all agrees with what's being shown on the screen as well. That's all we're going to look at today. If we wanted to do multi-monitoring, once we get the two batteries talking to each other or connected together, let's see, we'll come back and we'll check the multi-monitoring screen, which it's not going to do anything because we've only got one battery hooked up to it. So we hope this helps you just real quickly to see what the software looks like, and we will try to do some follow-ups on this.